I didn't watch the State of the Union last night. I chose not to. And this morning, when I read what happened, I felt two things at the same time: nothing and rage. I'm William, and I'm a licensed professional counselor who specializes in trauma. I know exactly what that is. And if you woke up this morning feeling the same thing, numb and angry at the same time, and are not sure what to do with either one of them, this video is for you. Let me tell you what happened last night. I didn't watch the State of the Union. I chose not to, and I'll tell you why in a minute. But here's what I woke up to this morning. Representative Al Green, a 78-year-old black congressman from Texas, held up a handmade sign as the president walked into the chamber. 5 words: Black people aren't apes. That's it. He didn't yell. He didn't curse. He didn't disrupt anything. He held up a sign stating a fact that should never need to be stated in the United States Capitol. Why did he hold up that sign? Because several weeks ago, the president posted on his social media, Truth Social, depicting Barack and Michelle Obama as apes. Never apologized for it, never took accountability for it. So a 78-year-old man stood up and said, "Not here, not tonight." And here's the part that got to me. Before security even reached him to escort him out, Senator Mark Wayne Mullen walked over and tried to snatch the sign out of his hands. House Majority Leader Steve Scalise tried to pull it down, and Representative Troy Nehls got in his face. These are elected officials physically trying to rip a sign away from a man that said that black people aren't apes. Let that sit for a moment. Later in the speech, the president called Somali Americans in Minnesota, and I'm quoting, pirates who ransacked Minnesota. Said they stole $19 billion and called their culture a problem that was imported into this country. Representative Ilhan Omar, who is Somali American, shouted back, "You have killed Americans. You're a liar." The president's response, he looked at her and said, "You should be ashamed." The man who posted the ape video told the woman defending her community to be ashamed. And this went on for 2 hours, the longest State of the Union address in modern history. 2 hours of a leader using the most powerful platform in the country to demean, to scapegoat, and to perform. And I chose not to watch it. And that choice, that's actually what this video is about. What I felt. Here's what I want to be honest about. When I read about Al Green's sign being grabbed, my first thought, I would have punched the guy in the face. I'm 6'6", 270. My first instinct was violence. My second thought, though, almost in the same breath, was, I'm used to this. Numbness and rage in the same sentence and in the same body. I'm a therapist. I've been trained in EMDR. I do trauma work, and I've sat with hundreds of clients processing trauma. And this morning, I felt exactly what my clients described to me. That flatness that comes when something should hurt, but it doesn't land that way anymore, followed by a flash of anger that surprises you because you thought you were fine. I'm saying this because I think a lot of people woke up this morning feeling the same way and don't have the language for it. You watched or you chose not to watch the State of the Union. And either way, you're carrying something today. And you might not even know what it is because it's been happening so long that it just feels like another Tuesday. It's not another Tuesday, though. It's a response, and it has a name. As a clinician, here's what I want you to understand. When you experience repeated dehumanization, whether it's from a president or a pastor or a parent or a principal or some type of system, especially a system of power, your nervous system adapts. It doesn't stop registering the harm, it just stops registering shock. Your window of tolerance shifts. What should make you angry gets filed under normal. And what should break your heart gets filed under expected. That's not strength and that's not toughness. That's your body doing what bodies do when a threat never goes away. It turns down the volume so that you can survive. The truth is, though, that the body always keeps the score. That numbness isn't peace, it's protection. And the rage that leaks through, the flash that I felt this morning when I wanted to punch somebody, that's your body saying that is not okay. Even when your mind has learned to expect it. You're not crazy for feeling numb. You're adapted. But adapted is not healed. There's a big difference. Because survival says I can get through this. Healing says I shouldn't have to. And too many of us have been surviving so long that we've forgotten that we deserve to heal. Now, let me take this out of politics because this isn't really about the State of the Union. This is about a pattern. If you grew up in a church where a pastor said things from the pulpit that dehumanized you or people who looked like you, and everybody else said amen, you know this feeling. If you sat at a family dinner where someone said something racist or degrading and you were expected to keep eating and be polite, you know this feeling. If you were the only person of color in a room, a boardroom, a classroom, a congregation, a conference, and someone said something and you just let it go because, well, what were you going to do with it? You know this feeling. Al Green held up a sign in a room full of powerful people and they tried to snatch it out of his hands. That's not just Congress. That's every institution that protects the platform over the people. That's every system that punishes the one who names the harm instead of the ones who cause the harm. The State of the Union wasn't new last night. It was just loud. What happened in that chamber happens in churches, in workplaces, in schools, and families every single day. The only difference was that the cameras were on. So if you woke up numb this morning, you're not broken. You're adapted, and there's a difference. But adapted doesn't mean healed, and you deserve to heal, not just to survive another Tuesday. If you felt something watching this video, or you felt nothing, and that bothers you even more, sit with that. That's your data. That's your body trying to tell you something. And if that place that taught you to swallow your pain was a church, if they called your hurt sin and your anger rebellion, I have a video coming soon called Your Church Called It Sin, Your Therapist Would Call It a Trauma Response. Make sure you subscribe to this video so you don't miss it. Remember, love God, love people, love yourself. Take care.